So, following the video you just did, Mom, you wanted to go into more depth when an unmarried couple buy a house together, but one of them put in more money than the other.
Yes, I did, because it's really important, particularly in today's age where less and less people are getting married. So actually more and more couples are buying houses together and they're not married. The question that I did on the TikTok video, he'd put in 40,000 and she'd only put in 2,000. Relationships broke down. They held the property as joint tenants, which means that now the property will get divided 50-50. And of course, the sting in the tail for that guy was not only had he put in more deposit at the beginning of the relationship, but he'd also made more mortgage repayments during the relationship for whatever reason. But if they hold the property as joint tenants, regardless of who's put in what financially, it will be split 50-50, okay? So what I wanted to do is explain to you the best way to hold a property if you're not married and you are putting in more money to the deposit. Two things you can do. First thing you can do is enter into what we call a deed of trust. So a deed of trust reflects that one person's put in, using this example, 40,000, and one person's put in 2,000, and if the arrangement or the relationship breaks down, then they will get their £40,000 back before the property is split 50-50, okay? The other way to do it is to hold the property not as joint tenants, but as tenants in common, and you'll be able to speak to your conveyancing solicitor about this. Tenants in common allows you to move away from the 50-50 position and hold the property, for example, 60-40, 70-30, okay? So it will allow for a reflection that one of you have paid in more. And of course, if one of you have paid in more, then you have almost invested more to any growth in equity throughout the lifetime that you hold that property. So two options there: deed of trust, where you ensure that you get your £40,000 back and thereafter it's split 50-50, or hold it as tenants in common in unequal shares. And obviously that's something as a couple that you'll discuss and talk about, whether it's going to be 60-40, it might be 55-45, whatever you guys decide.